All right, let's take a look at your sport this hour. Thembinkosi Lorch's highly publicized potential move to Wydad Casablanca in Morocco has set tongues wagging in South African football. The player has had a year to forget at Mamelodi Sundowns since making the switch from Orlando Pirates in January 2024. He's now hoping to revive his career with the one coach who's always believed in him, and that's Rulani Mokwena, who coaches the Red Castle in that North African country. To give us more on this and the high-profile transfer is Tshepang Mailwane of Soccer Laduma. Tshepang, thank you so much for speaking to us here on Newzroom Afrika. What's the latest?
Good afternoon, Benjamin, and good afternoon to the viewers. Yeah, the latest is that Lorch has obviously flown to Morocco and he's completing his medical and he's going to sign a deal on loan until the end of the season. It's obviously a big move for him, a big opportunity because things were not quite working out for him at Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, he signed, exactly a year ago in January 2024. A year later, you know, I think his career has gone backwards. So he's in Morocco at the moment, signing his new deal. I think the deal, the medical might have been completed already, and I'm sure he's getting ready to train and start his time there.
So any moment now, we could be seeing an announcement. Looking closely at their Twitter feed, that's Wydad Casablanca, for any announcement from now. But you say loan move, Tshepang. Do we know how long his contract at Mamelodi Sundowns runs until? I don't think the club had initially announced the final details of his transfer from Orlando Pirates.
If I'm not mistaken, it was a 3.5-year deal because he joined in January, so there was that half season part of it. So he spent a year of that time at Sundowns, and he's going to be away for about 6 months now until the end of June. So after that, he's still going to have quite some time left at Mamelodi Sundowns, and maybe that's why talks of a permanent move away from the club, because apparently Kaizer Chiefs were interested. Maybe that might have made it difficult because there's still some time left on his contract, and I'm sure Sundowns would have wanted, a decent transfer fee because they probably forked out a lot of money to bring him on board from Orlando Pirates last season, and he's probably going to make a loss looking at his current form. So, I think he had signed a 3.5, if I'm not mistaken, and these 6 months, give him an opportunity to bounce back. And there's a Club World Cup later this year. What's interesting and nice is that both the teams that he's sort of connected to, Sundowns and Wydad, are going to the Club World Cup. So maybe he will get that opportunity to play there.
What happens, though, Tshepang, in June? Peradventure, he doesn't get signed on a permanent deal by Wydad Casablanca. What happens to him then? Will other suitors like Kaizer Chiefs still be interested? And will he be willing to go back to Mamelodi Sundowns, where he's had, quite frankly, a terrible time? It's safe to say it's been a flop signing, or let me say transfer, because it's for both club and the player. They haven't had a good relationship at all. What happens to him then?
Well, I think a lot will have to do with what he does with his time at Wydad. I think he's in control of the situation. He's going to work with a coach that, understands him, that has worked with him on 2 previous occasions at Pirates and Sundowns. And if given an opportunity, I think he should do absolutely everything he can to make sure that he's consistent, he's performing at a high level, and he tries to rediscover that form that we know him for. Because even if Wydad do not sign you on a permanent deal, and you have to return to Sundowns next season, maybe the Sundowns technical team would have watched you at Wydad doing well and say, hey, let's give this guy an opportunity because of what he did at Wydad. If not, then there could be interest not only in South Africa from Kaizer Chiefs, there could be interest from other African clubs, or even, we've seen it happen where players move to the Middle East. So I think these are probably the biggest 6 months in Thembinkosi Lorch's career. Things have not been going well over the last few years for him, because even at Pirates towards the end, it wasn't quite the same as the season when he won Player of the Season. So this is a big 6 months because whatever happens, he's in charge of it, and he can make more people interested in him so that if things don't work out with both Wydad and Sundowns, he's got options.
Yeah, I'm still looking at that Wydad Athletic Club Twitter feed and hoping to get some breaking news from them. Not as yet, Tshepang. But what we know, or the word doing the rounds in South African football, was that Rulani Mokwena was the one who forced the issue for him to come to Mamelodi Sundowns from Orlando Pirates. That brewed some tension between him and sporting director Fleming Berg. What happens then if Rulani leaves the other club? I mean, if you're the coach's man, it's happened so many times that you're the coach's man, the coach leaves, and you're now left in limbo.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's happened quite a lot. I mean, even Percy Tau at Al Ahly, he was brought by Pitso Msimani, and at some point Pitso left. But what I like about Percy is that he did not allow that situation to get him down. He performed for Al Ahly and became one of their key players. Obviously, towards the end, things didn't end well, but that was long after Pitso had left. So it's the same with Lorch. If Rulani were to leave tomorrow or next month, he has to, give his best, because I don't believe in attachment too much. Sometimes people or players are attached to a certain coach, and as soon as that coach leaves, maybe the way they train is no longer the same. Their feelings change about how, things are going, but they need to still give the same effort every single day, because at the end of the day, it's your career. So if Rulani were to leave, obviously you don't know how the new coach or whoever comes in would treat Lorch, but I still feel that he should work to the best of his ability and try to still get into the starting lineup or try and make the match day squad. So it should not always be about the coach who brought you. Yes, he brought you there. Yes, he's the one who knows what you're capable of doing. But whenever there's a new coach who comes in, it's always an opportunity for a fresh start and a chance to impress him. So he has to work hard, even if Rulani were to leave.
In 30 seconds or less, Tshepang, there's a report that Thembinkosi Lorch turned down a potential move to Saudi Arabia. Is there any credence to that story?
Well, I did not get any word from that about that. But if he did, I don't know, that would be strange, because I know a lot of money comes from Saudi. But I guess it's about where he wants to be and where he sees an opportunity to maybe get back his career.
Tshepang Mailwane of Soccer Laduma, a publication here in South Africa of obviously football news. Thank you so much for your time. Thembinkosi Lorch. What we hear is that the medical is probably happening at this moment, and he should put pen to paper in the coming hours. We'll be giving you everything in that potential move here on Newzroom Afrika.